Okay, so from what I understand, if you use the Delta method, I don't know if you're aware of what the Delta method is, but there's uh, different levels to your brain waves and you know, like a thought process almost, and connection. So, or method of consciousness. It is one of the stages of the brain's activity. So, um, I've seen an individual in my life growing up who has used this method in not so much a positive way, more a negative way, where they used it to achieve what they wanted and they used it to manipulate uh, other people and the 3D and everything that's around them. So, the big difference is that if you're going to choose to use this method with respect and responsibilities that obviously it comes with, then it requires you, well, it's going to require you to, at least I suggest, anyways, to heal um, some of your or all of your traumas that keep you stagnant, keep you stuck, and in the negative mindset. Um, you have to stay true to who you are. And there's some people that need to figure that out still, and that's okay. I mean, your brain is still developing until, what is it, the age of 25 or so. Your brain's not fully developed. So, I mean, there's people getting into, nothing against this, the old traditional ways, but there's people getting into families and marriages and creating their own families, and they haven't even fully matured, in my opinion. And so they're still growing, and a lot of things that are not healed traumatic wise from their own past lives or childhood gets passed on to their children. Anything that aside, you want to stay true to you and yourself. This method is beneficial if you do not fall into the guilt or shame for things that were done in the past or out of your control, or anything that was not severe that you were not responsible for, more just participated in or was subjected to. So, being able to balance the light and the dark within your brain, unlike those who have not healed and that become what most would call a karmic, or they become toxic to themselves and to others around them because the pain that they carry, the trauma that they carry, the energies that they took on from either their own parents or whatever they experienced, they carry, and they did not deal with these things, and so they pass it on. And then, even after they passed it on, they continue to uh, take any of the positive energy from those around them instead of getting their own. And I would call that like a mosquito. You know how when a mosquito bites you, they swap their saliva and any of the toxic crap, and the crap they don't want, they swap that with your blood. Okay? So, in the sense of energy, we are all capable and we all have the power within us in order to achieve what it is we want. And I know that sounds just like most people would say, like a cliche or whatever you want to call it, because kind of is a cliche, but there's a lot of things that are said, especially when you go back and you make the connections for things, the little sayings and puns they have throughout history. Why do we say certain things, right? Anyways, so I highly suggest, if you start tapping into a different way of using your brain, I'm going to put it this way, a different reality, so to speak, this Delta method, and there's Theta and there's other ones too. This Delta method that I didn't realize had a name till recently You know, a little while ago I figured that out. I've been doing it for a while. I just didn't know what it was. You can train yourself to do it as well. And if you research it, you want to do the research into it, you're more than welcome to. And I highly suggest that if you have individuals in your life that are trying to suck the life out of you or take any of the positive, I mean, those individuals you're around that, you know, you're doing really well and they just got to shite on it. They just got to say, oh, well, I don't know if you're ready for that, or, oh, what if this happens, or, oh, what, you know, I'm guilty of that too. Back before I started healing, I used to do the same thing too. And you get caught up all in it, and, you know, you're around certain people, and it's hard to get out of that negative frame of mind, and, oh, you know, nobody's perfect, but when you start to get out of that, then you no longer want to do it anymore. And I highly suggest saying it out loud that you reclaim your power. I take back my power, my energy, like what belongs to me that other people have taken from me. I reclaim it. I call it back to me. Now, obviously, you're going to have to believe in this stuff. That's the first step, believing in it. Because if you don't, well, then you're pretty much just not putting any power behind the words that you speak. And words are very powerful. Okay? Language is powerful. And so when you reclaim this, you state it out loud. I reclaim the energy that people have taken from me. I carry my own energy. I do not wish to take on another person's energy. And understanding the difference, you walk in a room, you're fine, and leave, and you feel miserable because people you're around brought you down. That's not your energy. Do you want to carry that? You can keep carrying it, or you can let it go and understand this is not mine, and then do something positive for yourself. Dance, sing, do something creative with your hands, build something, put the energy into something and turn it into something good. Take a negative, turn it into a positive. And also, when you're reclaiming your power, those that have been stealing from you and those that you have dealt with are going to have to suffer the consequences of taking from you. Once you reclaim your own power and you realize what they've been taking from you and you put that stop to it, you realize how quickly they start slipping of their own because they've got to hold themselves up now. They no longer have you to hold them up. And it's unfortunate to watch some people go down a certain road. Some people are stubborn and stuck in their ways, and they do not wish to move forward. They do not wish to heal. They only wish to take from those around them, and they got used to and comfortable of doing that. And I'm not okay with that. I don't want to take other people's energy. I don't want to bring other people down just to make myself feel better. I want my light to come from within because that's my light. That's my happiness. That comes from within. Some people will call it your solar plexus. In order to get that, you got to get through the rain to get your rainbow. And that means you have to do your own little, your battle inside. You know, your light and dark, and you want to balance those two out. Have respect for both. Don't give too much to one or the other. Certainly not the dark. But have respect for why it's there. And understand your being and your energies of your own and what's around you. They play more into all this 3D life than you think. Okay? And after you've reclaimed it out loud, however you want to say it, you can word it whichever way, but make sure it's true to you. Make sure you're being honest with yourself. No BS. Then be grateful for it. And feel the energy of how grateful for everything that you have right at this very moment. Even if it's not a lot, be grateful for what you have. And when you start realizing after you reclaim your energy back and things start shifting and you feel better, you feel like a weight is lifted, you do your shadow work, unlike those that are toxic that do not wish to do it. You do the work. You start feeling better. Things start shifting. Be very grateful for it. and the energies that have helped you. Okay? That's the only thing I can suggest for that, because people are going to keep taking, especially those that got very comfortable and used to it. All right? That's it. That's all I got for that.